Hey, leader. My name is Hernandez, and welcome to Filipino Leadership Podcast. And our episode for today is the power of habits for leaders. Leaders, you are talented, you are great, and once you harness leadership once you harness good habits, this will be your path to peak performance. Habits are like the the EDSA, the highway, or the building structures. These are the invisible architecture, is invisible infrastructures of your life, particularly for you, leader. Without good habits, you're gonna be always tired, stressed, burned out. You're gonna cause stress to other people. But if you build habits, you can build habits for other people too, especially the people that you're leading. And this will create a system that will make your leadership more effective, more efficient, more powerful, and culture building in the team that you are leading. So later I'll tell a story, and I just hope the stories and the concepts that you will learn here will inspire you to be the best leader that you can be. So let's talk about the science of habits. We In the book of Charles Duhigg, where we get this idea from, it's called The Power of Habits. So it's really powerful. This book transformed my life. So everything that we're gonna talk about in this episode is based on what I learned from the book of Charles Duhigg, Power of Habit, and how I've applied it to my life. Of course, if you read the book, you'll see more wisdom because I took what I can, what works for my life, and applied it to my life. And I'm sure if you read the book too, you will be transformed. You will be a great leader, and creating great habits will transform your life. So let's talk about the science of habits. In the book, Charles Duhigg said or quoted an idea of the habit loop. It is a simple yet powerful concept that explains how habits are formed and maintained. So the habit loop is based on three things. The cue, this is the trigger that tells your brain to go to automatic mode and which habit to use. Second is the routine. This is the behavior itself, the actions you take automatically when you encounter the cue. For example, you saw um, potato corner, sour cream, French fries being eaten by somebody in the mall, and then you started a tingle, then you suddenly felt a tingle in your mouth and your tummy. That was the trigger. Potato corner was the trigger, and then every time you saw, because you saw the potato corner, it would make you hungry because it made you happy, and you would then that's how you felt because you would always want to eat the potato corner. And then the reward is the positive feeling or the outcome that reinforces the habit loop, making it more likely that you will repeat the routine the next time the cue is encountered. So every time you see a potato corner being eaten in the mall, you would definitely order or buy, and then the reward is feeling the good sensation, and then next time you see it, it will repeat itself again. The loop will happen too. But there's also a negative side to it. For example, this is what happens to addicts, because there is a habit loop, a bad habit loop of addiction or snoozing or sleeping or laziness or procrastination. So anything can be a habit, whether good or bad. What you have to choose is to create habits that will be good for your life. There's a neurological basis for these habits. At the neurological level, the habit loop works because part of the brain called the basal ganglia, this area is crucial in developing emotions, memories, pattern recognition. Your brain's neurons fire in a specific pattern when you perform a habit because it is familiar, you like it, so the more you do it, the more you'd actually do it again. As you repeat the habit, this pattern becomes more efficient, creating a shortcut that makes the behavior easier to trigger. By understanding the loop, you leaders can learn to create new routines or change existing ones. For example, in my life right now, my wife gave birth 3 months ago to a new baby, and I was out of my habit. And no matter how tired I was, exhausted, but after 2 months of taking care of the newborn, I slowly started going back to my habit of waking up early, working out, and even if it was hard, I felt at peace because I was back at my habit that made me more efficient, effective in what I was doing. It was making me stronger. So slowly, everything followed, even if things aren't perfect yet because we have a newborn. Harnessing the power of habits will help you achieve your goals and lead more effectively. So embrace this concept of the habit loop. And this is based on, according to the research by the American Psychological Association, 43% of daily actions are actually habitual. So everything that you're doing is based on something, or half of what you're doing in life is based on your habits. Even the habit of sleeping is based on your habit. Even being procrastinating, being lazy, or just watching Netflix forever is based on a habit you have built inside you. S- Number two, second point is reflection and growth. You have to reflect on your life, because what you have to think, and this is what happened to me. I had to start thinking, hanggang saan na ba buhay ko? Hanggang dito na lang ba ako? Or there is more for my life? And then I researched other people. I researched successful people. I researched their routines or why they did what they did. And what I saw is that they weren't just working hard, they were working smart, and they built certain systems and habits to make their life easier, or they made their habits as success systems in their life. So, um, in your life, you need to create a habit. You need to know first why you're doing what you're doing, and then what you need to do to improve your life. You need to reflect every day. Hey, why did this happen? What can I do to make my morning more efficient, my evening more efficient? What can I do to sleep earlier, sleep better? For me, what I do, I have a hard stop at work at 9 p.m., and then I take care of my kid, and and I wind down at 9 p.m. onwards. The goal is to be asleep before 10 p.m. or 10, so that I could wake up early, work hard, and that's how my habits are every single day. When I wake up in the morning, I would meditate, I would pray. I start with prayer, and then when I would drive, I would pray again, pray the rosary, and then I would work out, and then after my first prayer, before leaving, I would respond to messages early in the morning. That would be about 6 a.m., so that I could connect to people I could connect to. They don't have to reply to me, but at least I started my first communications of the day. And then I after that, I would go to the gym. That's when I pray again, pray the rosary, and work out. And then after working out, I would work, and that would be consuming my whole day. So there, or study, whatever. I just give my best. But I start by receiving love, receiving hope, and then I start my day with prayer, and then I would also end my day by reflecting on the day and being grateful. So that's my habit in life. So, what about you? What is your habit, or what are your habits? And then next is, you have your personal habits. Then now you have to create habits as a leader. In my leadership, I have my leadership habits are messaging my people, the team I lead, asking them how they are once a week. And then I set regular meetings. I am just catching up, because what's important for me as a leader is investing in people, and knowing and making them know that they are cared for, that they're not just tools in the organization. So those are my habit loops. So, for example, as a leader, what are your habits? Create a queue. For example, you enter the door of your office, what will be that would be a cue for what, say hi to the team or affirm everybody, and then the reward, that would be the routine, and the reward could be seeing them smile. So the cue will be opening the door of the office, and then the routine would be, when you open the door, you see people, you say hi, you affirm them, and the reward would be the smiling faces. So that would be a leadership loop. What could be it? You create leadership loops for your team. Why? Because, as I said earlier, the more you do it, the easier it will become. The if more efficient it will become, the less stress and less tired it will be for you. So you will be investing in people that you lead as a leadership loop or a leadership habit, and it will create efficient compounding outcomes for your organization. So I want you to think about it. What could be your leadership habits or leadership loops that can empower and care for your people? Also, I want you to start thinking about other leadership habits that are more virtues, that you have to grow into to make you not just a good leader, but a good person. I believe as a good person with leadership skills, this will transform the world. And we're not just here to lead and be selfish. As a leader, our goal is to serve a mission. Our mission as a leader, whatever it is, you follow that mission and be the best leader that you can be. So I would suggest that the leadership habits in terms of virtues would be humility, authenticity, bravery, intention, and tenacity. Be humble. You let other people affirm you. Let other people, iangat yung bangko mo. Be authentic to people. Never be fake. Be brave in the midst of stressful times. Even when you're afraid, keep moving forward. Be intentional in people. And next is tenacity. Be passionate. Another thing that can help you, just a research that I made. Here's a acronym to help you build your habit. It's called FOCUS. FOCUS. F means flexibility. O means optimism. C means communication. U means unwavering commitment. S is self awareness. If you focus on these key habits as leaders, this will automatically transform your life. Be a flexible leader, like a bamboo who is flexible and strong. Be optimistic, communicate to people, whether email, phone, Zoom, face to face. Have unwavering commitment to what you do and have self awareness. Know your strengths and know your weaknesses. So if you apply these habits, if you don't know your ideas yet, you can just start with focus or start with the virtues. This will help you strongly. Next is I want you to start writing. Write down the habits that you can build on and how you can develop them further. And then find somebody that you will be accountable to. You can be accountable to me, message me, send me, inquiries, and then this will, having an accountability person will help you become a better leader. My dear leader, your habits create a personal system that will build your life to achieve peak performance. There will be days that you won't be motivated to work hard or pursue your goals or be patient with people, but your habits will push you forward even on days that you are not inspired to lead. So I encourage you to adopt the habit of self reflection, of journaling, of being grateful or continuous improvement as you grow your leadership journey. This show or this episode will not solve all your questions on building habits, but I pray and hope that this will start the journey of creating discipline as a leader, because your discipline will not just transform your life, but it will inspire other people too. And my question for today that I want you to ask you, and I hope you respond, is this: what habit do you need to build in your life right now? Thank you so much for listening to the Filipino Leadership Podcast with J. Hernandez. And please stay inspired, keep leading with passion and purpose. And please share this episode to other people, other leaders that might need it, because I want to empower more Filipinos to become global leaders. You are a leader. Keep transforming lives one person at a time. In case I'm inviting you to support this podcast production by giving or supporting through GoTyme or PayPal. Any amount will help us, and the descriptions or details will be in the description box. And I invite you to elevate your team's performance and collaboration through a corporate talk or a coaching session with me. Check my profile at jpolhernandez.mike.canva.site/profile, or just go to www.jpolhernandez.com. Thank you so much. The best is yet to come, my dear leader. I believe in you. Inspire more people, and let's help Filipinos become global leaders.